Welcome and good morning. I'm J. Michael McCoy, and for the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce, this is Uniquely Urbandale. I'm here today with Karen from Strauss Locke, who is the president of the chamber. She is filling in for Mary Harkin today. We'll talk to her in just a minute about some upcoming events. But first, I'd like to introduce you to Bobbi Segura. Did I get that right? Okay. Bobbi Segura is here, and she is with the Iowa Women Lead Change. Now, can you tell me what that is?
Well, Iowa Women Lead Change, often referred to as IWLC.
Okay, IWLC.
Is the state's premier organization for women's leadership development. And what we do is we primarily put on leadership development conferences and provide networking opportunities for women to develop their leadership skills. So
if I have a woman who is my boss or works within my organization, or someone who I know that wants to climb the ladder, be a leader, no matter what business or not-for-profit or whatever they might be involved with, you would be someone that they could come to. You would help train her, help build her up, and motivate her to be the best she could be.
Yes. We have 4 conferences in the state of Iowa. We have a conference in Dubuque, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Sioux City. And at those conferences, we have nationally known speakers who will come in and talk to our attendees about leadership development in ways. We'll talk about negotiation. We'll talk about communication skills. We'll talk about how to position yourself in your job, how to be a mentor, how to find a sponsor, all of that, all in one day. It's a leadership conference that lasts one day, and what we hope is that people go away motivated and inspired and have had an opportunity to network with other women in their communities.
Now, you said find a sponsor. What does that mean? That sounds pretty cool. That's like a mentoring program?
Well, there's a little bit of a difference between a mentor and a sponsor. Mentoring is a big word in the business world today. And a mentor is someone who can give you advice about what you should be doing to move up in your organization or in your corporation or your nonprofit. But what a sponsor is someone who can actually go to the table, the big table where you probably aren't sitting, and say, you know, this person, this woman, or this man would be ideal for that particular position or project. There'll be someone who is your fan, I guess, more than anything, and knows about you. They aren't necessarily somebody who's going to give you advice, but they do know what you can do well and can be in a position to recommend you to do something. And it puts their own reputation on the line too, because if they say this person is good and you're not, then that sort of endangers your reputation. So a sponsor is someone who has all the confidence in the world in you that you can do something that maybe you don't even know.
Is that sponsor limited to that one time at the table, or are they with you for eons?
You know, no, it's not limited to that one time, because one of the things that happens a lot of times with women in the workplace is that they aren't recognized for what they do. We often show up to our workplace and we do a good job every day, and we expect that somebody will say, hey, good job, I'm going to recommend you for this position. But what we find in a sponsor is someone who will recognize that, someone who has a voice at a different level in your company or in your organization that can say, you know, this person has acquired these skills and would be really great to do this particular job.
Now, do you choose the sponsor, or does the sponsor choose you?
It's a little bit of both. I think when we talk about mentors, you usually ask someone to be your mentor because you admire them and you need their help.
I want to be just like them when I grow up.
Right. A sponsor is someone who you can ask them to be your sponsor, or they can say to you, hey, I've noticed you've been doing a great job. I would like to be able to represent you at the table where decisions are being made.
So if there is someone listening today, perhaps it's the woman, perhaps it's a spouse, a mother, a father, or a child even, who thinks my mom, my wife, my sister, my mother would be awesome at being a sponsor, they should get a hold of you and join your organization so they can help a woman probably of a generation down. Well, you didn't say there was an age difference.
No, and we aren't really a membership organization.
Okay.
What we do is we provide the training, the leadership development training at conferences.
Okay.
And mainly what we're trying to do is make the awareness of everyone, include everyone on the conversation, men and women. We understand that a lot of the decision makers in this world are still men, and we're not some feminist organization that's us against them. We understand that we need to involve many people in the conversation of elevating women in the workplace. So it's your I mean, what you say is if it's my mother, it's my daughter, if it's my aunt, it's my grandmother. I think one of the things that we're experiencing a lot today is that in the workplace, we have a multi-generational workforce. So if you're working in say a large company, for instance, you may have a granddaughter, a daughter, a grandmother, or people of those ages working for you in an organization. And it's just really important to recognize how you manage those different people and how you help them to elevate their position in the workplace. And by doing that, you really affect the economic bottom line of the company you work for, the economic bottom line of your home. If you're married to a woman in a management position, if she earns a healthy wage, that comes back and that helps at home. So there's every reason to promote the women in your lives to finding leadership development opportunities. All
right, this is Bobbi Segura. And she is the head of the Iowa Women Lead Change, IWLC. When did this start?
So I just want to make it clear, I'm the regional manager.
Okay.
Which means that let me tell you a little bit of history about the organization. It started in 2006 in Iowa City. The then CEO of the University of Iowa Medical Center was a woman who was wanting to have some leadership development training for some of the women in the organization, and she was fairly new to the state. And she said, she asked her colleagues, okay, so what do we do when we want leadership development training for women? And they said, well, we go out of state. And she said, well, let's change that. And so in 2006, she got a group of 30 women together, and they decided, okay, we're going to have women's leadership development training here in Iowa. It started in Iowa City. There were 250 people at the first conference. We had a waiting list of 150 other people. And the organization grew from there. Our headquarters are in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Our CEO is Diane Ramsey. And Diane actually started with the organization as a volunteer and worked for Rockwell Collins and Alliant Energy. Okay. So she became our CEO. So we had a couple conferences in the Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Coralville area, and then we decided that we should be looking at having a conference in Des Moines. And so 5 years ago, the organization came to Des Moines to hold its first conference.
Now, when is the next conference?
Well, actually, there is one in Dubuque on Thursday. And
this Thursday?
This Thursday.
Oh, my. Okay.
The next one in Des Moines is October 28th. And this is our 5th year in Des Moines. And I will tell you that I started working as a volunteer for the organization 5 years ago when it came to Des Moines. I've been on the steering committee and the marketing committee and have had the opportunity to grow it from about 250 people to, we expect to have 1,000 people come this year. I went to work for the organization in January.
Wow.
So I've gone from being a volunteer to a member of the staff.
Talk about believing in what you do.
Absolutely. And it's just a wonderful organization. Our keynote speaker at our conference at the end of October 28th, is Arianna Huffington.
Oh, wow.
And she will be talking to us about women in her world. We also have Ana Maria Chavez, who is the CEO of the Girl Scouts of the USA. She is one of our speakers. And then another person that some people in Des Moines may know, her name is Marita Colston Davis. She is from Des Moines. Her family, her father's Monroe Colston, who's very active in the community for many years. And she is a vice president at Microsoft Dynamics. So she will also be one of our speakers.
Great.
We have another woman. Her name is Sarah Lashover. She is a woman who's written books on negotiation. Women are famously bad at negotiating, so you have an opportunity to go to her breakout session and learn about negotiations.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
It is at the Iowa Event Center.
Okay. All right. You've been introduced today to Bobbi Segura. Segura. See, I should have kept off my notes here, and I would have got it right. From the Iowa Women's Lead Change. Let me give you the address. It is IWIC at Leads.
IWLC.
Oh, IWLCleads.org.
Right.
IWLCleads.org. And you can reach them there. Karen is here from the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. And, of course, every Tuesday is the big chamber day. Next Tuesday, 9 o'clock in the morning, you've got fresh coffee from Friedrich's. And you're going to be helping people understand about the Chamber of Commerce and why you should be a member.
Absolutely.
And you've been a member for a long time, and this year you're the chairman.
Yes.
You're the chairman. All right. Thank you very much, Karen, for being here. Bobbi, thank you for being here. I'm J. Michael McCoy for the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. This is Uniquely Urbandale.